Guess who's finally a real journalist? That's right, they let me sit pitchside at an actual Isthmian League game. Fuck knows why. Also a moment to appreciate how well my makeup stayed up in the pouring rain. But anyways, today I got to conquer my journalistic fears, put on my big girl pants and interview some people who are very good at football at Dartford versus Welling United.
Hi everyone, we are here with
Aaron Williams Bushell.
who's a player for Welling United. We're here at the Prince's Park. We're here watching Welling play Dartford. It's currently half-time. Welling are currently 1-0 up. Aaron, how do you feel about your team's performance?
I feel like this is one of the best we've played all season. Obviously, it's a big game for the club. It's a local derby. We're doing well so far, but still 45 minutes to go.
So if you've done your research before this, Welling have not actually won at Prince's Park since 2013, and now you're 1-0 up at half time. Obviously, as you said, there's 45 minutes to go. But how do you feel knowing that you could win a match that some of the fans in the away end have not seen in their lifetime won?
It's good. It will be good for the fans, good for the players, good morale booster. So, as I said, again, 45 minutes to go, but hopefully we can see it out or score another and settle the nerves.
Okay, one last question. Obviously, you would know your team are currently in the relegation zone. Obviously, it's still early in the season, but with this being a derby and with you guys being in the relegation zone, how important is it for your team to win this match today?
It is important. I say we would probably take it game by game rather than think in the long run. It's still relatively early in the season, so it's not panic stage yet. As I said, we're in a good position to take 3 points today, and if we do, I think it will be a good first step moving forward for the following games.
Thank you so much, and good luck on the second half.
Here's some unfortunately very silent match footage because Silly Me still had her microphone plugged in.
Hi everyone, we're here with
Eddie Desane.
we're here at Dartford FC. Dartford have just won 3-1 against Welling United. Eddie, simple question first. How do you feel?
Tired. Yeah, no, I'm very happy with the win. And yeah, hopefully we can keep this winning run going.
To go, obviously, Dartford started the game so dominant and then maybe slipped up a little bit in the first half, but then you came back and were so dominant again. How proud are you of your teammates and yourself of that kind of performance?
Yeah, I mean, we know what's in the changing room ability-wise and character-wise as well. So when we went 1-0 down, we were still quite confident we'd get back into the game. It's unfortunate we didn't get a clean sheet today, but I'm very happy that we showed the character to come from behind again, which we did a couple of weeks ago as well.
Independent of the scoreline, just talking about yourself now, a brace, 2 goals in 2 minutes. How proud of yourself are you of that kind of score?
I didn't even know it was in 2 minutes, that's crazy. But no, I'm happy. Anything to help the team, really. And yeah, so I'm happy. Can't complain. 2 goals in 2 minutes is not a bad return. Not bad.
Your position is currently fifth in the league, I believe. So you are currently in the conversation about playoffs. Are you guys thinking about that now, or is that something that's still kind of long in the future?
Yeah, no one really talks about the position we're in on the table, to be honest. We didn't have a good start to the season. So our mindset now is just one game at a time, and then we'll see where we are come the end of the season. But no one really mentions anything about playoffs or where we can end up. It's literally just one game at a time.
Final question. How good does it feel to be 5 games unbeaten?
That's decent. I didn't know we were 5 games unbeaten. Fair enough. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Cheers to another 5 games.
Thank you so much for speaking for me today. Hi everyone, I'm here with
Adrian Pennick.
manager of Dartford FC. Mr. Pennock, first question to ask, how do you feel after that performance?
Well, Mr. Pennick is lovely. Thank you very much. I feel I'm back at school. No, that was just a very good result. Obviously, great 3 points for us. Obviously, Welling caused us problems in the first half. I thought the second half the performance was excellent. We played some really good football, 3 great goals, and it's a local derby, and so yeah, very pleased with the whole result, and the whole day is, it was just a pleasing for everybody.
You started the game so dominantly and maybe slipped a little bit in the first half. During half time, what did you say to your players to kind of really get them back in the mood to come back and win 3-1?
We said some strong stuff, which I can't tell you obviously because you won't put this out. But no, we were just saying I want them on the ball more. I really did. I want them on the ball. I want them to want the ball, and that's what we've done. And I just thought if we scored the next goal, then we would have been on our front foot, and that's what happened.
And what words were said at full time after you'd come back?
I'm just very pleased, very proud of them. I said, I'm very proud of how you played second half. I just thought that was a very pleasing result for everybody connected to the football club.
It's quite early in the season, but you're already challenging for playoff places. Is that something that you're already thinking about, or is that something a bit more in the distant future?
In the distant future, really, we're more, we're more worried about relegation. We've got to keep ourselves above that relegation zone, and then everything's a bonus, to be honest with you. But obviously, very pleased where we are in the league. But it's one game at a time because everybody can beat everybody, anybody on the day here. So, but we're really looking forward to next week, which is another home game, but a very tough game against Wingate.
And on Eddie's performance, obviously he scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. How relieved were you when he scored those goals, considering that you came into this second half 1-0 down?
Yeah, well, he's on a rich vein of form at the moment. But I thought all three goals were very good. But he attacked the near post very well. I thought the 2 goals he took very well, and obviously Ollie's for the third really it cemented our 3 points really. But I thought the 3 goals that we scored today were excellent. But Ollie's on a very good rich vein of form at the moment, and long may it continue.
Final question, same one I asked Eddie. How does it feel to be 5 games unbeaten?
I think it's 11 now. I think it's 11 games unbeaten in the league. So, it's always good, but, football's very, very tough and it can change any time. So we keep our feet on the floor. We respect everybody who we play and look forward to the next game.
Well, you're even better than I thought you were, but thank you so much for speaking to me today and good luck with the rest of the season.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We are now here with
Rod Stringer, Welling manager.
Mr. Stringer. How do you feel after that performance?
You never feel great after a defeat, obviously. But at half time, I thought we'd give a good account of ourselves. I thought, we had good shape off the ball. I thought when we broke on numerous occasions, we could have been a bit more clinical. 1 goal was never enough in this type of derby, if I'm being honest. But we did have opportunities in the first half. But as I just said there in the previous interview, worst thing was having half time because we come out second half and got popped on the chin twice in 3 minutes, which straight away all your game plan goes. So yeah, I think then it sort of affected us confidence wise. I think a few of the players went into their shells. But listen, we still had a chance at 2-1 down. Went across the goal line, nobody there to be an hero. And I think that was a difference when they did go forward second half. I thought they looked a lot more aggressive, a lot more clinical. And I felt we sort of huffed and puffed. But I do believe someone should have been in the box there to make it 2-2. So disappointed with the result, disappointed with a lot of the sort of performance towards the end. And some of the players have got to learn quickly that in this league, you come up against big, strong centre forwards that are very good at what they do, and we've got to understand how to deal with them situations. And I think that's where second half we probably let ourselves down, stopping crosses coming into the box. We spoke about Ollie Box coming inside, but he ended up getting one off of us. But I think the way that the centre halves got pinned a little bit just gave them the turnover and to get the ball in good areas, and they created chances from there. So disappointed with the result. As I said, if I'm looking at the reflection of last week's game compared to this week's game, we did look like we had players that care. We looked like we did put more of a shift in, but same again, if you don't take your chances when they arise, especially away at places like Dartford, then you're probably going to get penalised somewhere down the line.
Despite the scoreline, obviously 3-1, do you still feel like, given how dominant Dartford were and the chances that you were still capitalising on during the game, do you feel like you still deserved more?
If you look at the 2 halves, I thought what we'd done in the first half, we were better than them. We got a great goal early on. I thought we were better than them, and I thought we just let them have a lot of ball, but we were very rigid in our shape. Second half, when you get popped on the chin like we did with them 2 early goals, it's the team talk that we gave at half time just becomes a little bit sort of deflated, and you rip that up, and I think we just panicked a little bit. But I just think they got better and stronger in the second half. I think some of that's credit to Dartford, and I think that some of that's just where we're falling short at the minute. With knowing how to keep a clean sheet when the game's going against you. I just felt that 1 or 2 of them, when you look back at the goals, should have done a lot better to prevent them goals going in early on second half.
Given your league position and the fact that you are now four games defeated in a row, how do you as a manager keep morale up in your team and make sure that your players don't go into these games scared?
Well, I think, like anything, there's some good players in that changing room. We are in the position we are because of, as you say, we have dropped points. Obviously, I believe I've only had 1 league game in that game, which was Ramsgate, and today. So we need to try and strengthen. We need to try and get some good personnel, players that really want to sometimes enjoy being a bit dogged and defending for their lives. I felt today that was the problem for a second half. We allowed the balls to get in the areas too easy, and we never had enough aggression to keep the ball out of the box. So we need to look at some more personnel. We've just got to keep working with them, just keep trying to work with the shape that I thought we installed in them today, and I thought we looked a lot more rigid. So there's plenty of work to be done, and listen, it's never easy because when you're down there, nothing seems to go for you. For one or two decisions here today, I thought it was a foul on the centre half before they scored there. It might have been their second goal, it might have been the third. But I don't think we got too many rubber to green decisions today. No howlers, not knocking the officials, but I just thought, there was one or two. I think we had a couple of early bookings that weren't really a lot in them. But listen, the boys have got to understand that, and we've got to try and turn our place into a bit of a fortress going forward. And we've got a tough one against Folkestone on Tuesday. We've got to learn from our mistakes today, try and eradicate it, and maybe sort of bring one or two in that might be able to help us improve going forward.
Obviously, as you've mentioned, you are currently at this time, your position is still technically on as an interim manager. An interim manager compared to a permanent manager, do you feel like your hands are tied slightly, or does it just not affect the way that you manage the team at all?
No, not really, because listen, when the opportunity was coming in to help the club out, I got a lot of time and a lot of love for the club and Elwood and the supporters. They've always been good to me, even when things were tough last year. They never got on me back, so I'm only here for the right reasons. I don't think that's affecting the players, because I think the players are buying into what we're about, and I think especially this week the players have seen there's a lot more structure to us, there's a lot more organisation, which we carried out for big parts of the game today, but never sort of completed it for the 90 plus minutes. So for me being an interim manager, I don't think that's should hold any sort of positives or negatives against the situation. We're in it for a reason. And we've got to find a solution and reasons while we're in it, and hopefully, have the players around us that want to continue the journey at Welling and try to start turning some of these better performances certainly into wins, and if not, definitely not losses.
Okay, final question. Regardless of the scoreline, was there any player for Welling today that you felt kind of stood out for you as someone who really kind of had an engine on him and was really fighting here, despite the fact that you still obviously didn't manage to turn that into a win?
To be honest, I thought our midfield was really good, very energetic first half. I think when you get beat 3-1, there's no candidate for that. Because at some stage we've all obviously, whether it's going with your markers, whoever's man it was who scored one of the goals, or maybe giving the ball away in bad areas. So there ain't no sort of man of the matches for me when you get beat 3-1. I felt first half they was all man of the match, and I felt second half they just because of the early goals, we wouldn't have anybody to be in contention for that. So, no, listen, it's a team performance, and everybody as a team need to be standing out and wearing their heart on their sleeves. And I've got to be honest today, I felt the supporters have got to go away and say there was some of that today. And that's all we can offer the supporters at the minute. It's just a shame how we started the game so bright and then finished so dull. But that's the bit we got to try and get the balance right.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to me today. It's been a pleasure, and well done on the rest of the season. Same as I said to Dartford, just good luck for the rest of the season.
Yeah, no problem. Good luck to Dartford for the rest of the season, and hopefully Welling can start pushing themselves up the table. So we're competing for two different prospects, two different situations at the minute. But listen, we've got to take a little bit of the spirit that they showed second half, and hopefully we can push ourselves up the table from that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in to my adventures at Prince's Park. Also, next time I promise not to scream into the microphone. Anyways, thank you for watching, and see ya whenever I see ya.